more YouTube purges and other updates. YouTube's at it again. They're coming up with more bullshit.
YouTube seems to be in a downward spiral of destruction, which makes me, well, it worries me.
Sweating bullets.
I think YouTube is currently in a downward spiral.
So I have more bad news about YouTube and news about our channel that's not so bad. By the way, for the most part, what you'll be seeing is video that I've taken recently of the Bifrost Bridge from Asgard to Midgard, you know, from Valhalla to Earth, and, you know, other nature stuff, so there you go. So the first change that YouTube has made, first of all, in order to be notified about new videos from some channels, not all channels, you have to do a third thing. So you have to hit subscribe, then you have to hit the bell icon, and then you need to choose if you want to receive all, occasional, or none notifications for videos, and then you have to click or not click include creator posts. So far, you don't have to do that with my channel, but I don't know if that's going to change. But anyway, if you are subscribed to other channels, you may want to check whether or not you have to click on all, or occasional, or none. And by the way, why none? Who wants to subscribe and then click the icon and make sure they get notified, and then click none? What the hell? Who thought of this? Who thought of that? Secondly, YouTube is pulling the rug out from under channels that are not even in violation of their vague rules. Look, they made the rules so vague that they can actually catch anybody for violating anything if they want to. Yet, there are big channels, really big channels, who don't have violations, who had the financial rugs pulled out from underneath them by YouTube through a third party, an MCN. If you want to know what that is, look it up. But there's some bullshit going down, and if you want to know, I mean, if you are a YouTuber, you probably should know about this. If you're into watching videos on YouTube, you should probably know about this. See the videos below, I'll give you links.
YouTube has a blacklist. There are a lot of different explanations as to what that blacklist is. Last year, people were saying that it was a specific list where people were getting demonetized no matter what. Now, I don't know if that's actually a blacklist or some kind of demonetization system, but we did see that some users uploaded videos with nothing in the title and no description, and sure enough, they still got demonetized, leading many people to believe that it was the channel itself that was on a list restricting ads. I can now say that I have partial confirmation that there is, in fact, some kind of new YouTube blacklist. Now, the reason I say partial confirmation is that it is one company stating this to be true, and I am still awaiting confirmation directly from YouTube, which I don't know if they will give me. Philip DeFranco just put out a video yesterday saying that he was being essentially threatened by YouTube, that he didn't know if his upcoming platform or even his existing show, the Philip DeFranco Show, was going to be able to survive. In his video called Tired, Frustrated, but Also Excited, he talks about how his channel's been demonetized, but also how videos get suppressed.
Right, so an example last week, several of our videos were suppressed. Tons of comments saying the video is not popping up where it normally does. What's the deal? Next morning, the videos have around 300 to 450,000 less views than the average videos normally have. One of the biggest problems is this is now happening at an alarming rate. And usually what happens is when we bring it to YouTube, that they look into it, they either say like, oh, okay, well, you talked about this thing, you showed this thing in relation to the story, which I would understand demonetization, sure. You're talking about Syria, Russia, United States relations, maybe Pepsi doesn't want that ad there. But it does make sense to people that watch my show on a regular basis that I'm not popping up on the homepage recommended watch next.
Philip DeFranco isn't the only person talking about these problems, but he is certainly one of the highest profile individuals negatively impacted by video suppression and demonetization. We also saw a video from Boogie2988, another very high profile YouTuber who talked about a similar problem. YouTube seems to be in a downward spiral of destruction, which makes me, well, it worries me. Another story that I want to bring up in all of this is a video from the user Kavos from just the other day. He said, proof YouTube is stopping silver play buttons leaked. And in this video, he talks about how YouTube has insinuated his following is illegitimate and that he will not be receiving a silver play button. So when you get 100,000 subscribers, you are eligible to receive what is called a silver play button. I actually have one. It's right behind me. And this user Kavos is saying that YouTube is denying him. I am pretty worried. When one user gets stripped of their ability to do their job, it should send warning signals to everyone on the platform. It looks like YouTube is tightening up, it's cleaning shop, and it's getting rid of anything controversial. I mentioned this the other day. Hate is a real human emotion. We need to express what makes us angry and what we don't like. We need to talk about these things so that we can clear the air, clear our minds. But all of these social media platforms are saying, if these things are depressing, you're out. That includes hate, that includes conflict and crisis. You're not going to rid the world of war, conflict, crisis, and hate by putting a blanket over it, by sweeping it under a rug. You're going to get rid of it by dealing with it, talking it through, and finding a way to solve these problems so we can move forward. But this is just a band-aid on a bullet hole. And if YouTube does what it does, if it actually does start suppressing more channels, because it already is, it will only make the problems worse, it will only freak more people out, and it will only make our future that much more authoritarian. Our minds are going to be controlled indirectly, not by being told what we have to say, but by being told what we can't say. And already you're gonna start seeing many channels self-censor. Everyone's gonna fall in line when they realize if you say something wrong, Google takes the food out of your mouth. It's pretty scary because I've ventured out of corporate media life to do this. And it worries me that one day YouTube might say, you know what, we don't like the videos you made 2 years ago, you're getting the axe too. And then what do I do?
So recently, Philip DeFranco, Boogie, and several other high-profile YouTubers have begun to express their concern and frustration with a new and very secretive algorithm that YouTube has begun to employ. Separate from the demonetization algorithm, which you're probably very well aware of at this point, there's another one being used to throttle the reach of certain videos and content creators. I've suspected something like this was going on recently, as some of my view counts appear to have been less consistent than usual, and views within a 24-hour period were down a bit for several videos in the last couple of weeks, because YouTube clearly doesn't know what it's doing anymore.
Sweating bullets. You ever hear that term before? Basically means extreme anxiety. I think YouTube is currently in a downward spiral. I am not confident about my ability to produce on the platform, and I think this is reflected by other high-profile creators. Ultimately, I think if things keep going the way they're going, there's either going to be a huge collapse of this independent video-making community, this culture, or there has to be some kind of alternative. Today's video is about the new YouTube blacklist, the change in YouTube policies, and why I think this might actually start the end of YouTube as a viable platform for independent creation. A couple days ago, I made a video talking about the new YouTube blacklist. Today, I'm going to expand on this. The first channel I'm going to bring up is DeAndre Sigas at Sigas. He said on Twitter, "I think this means YouTube is about to terminate my account, guys. Fullscreen has just removed me from their partnership at the request of YouTube. Sadly, this truly finally looks to be the end my nation. Video shortly." DeAndre Sigas, the motivational funny man, has 582,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now, they claim that there were recent issues with this channel. I don't know what those are. I don't know if he has any strikes. But this is someone who's been on YouTube since nearly the inception of YouTube. His oldest video says, "Sorry Joe Rogan for the fight epic story," and it's from 10 years ago. So this is somebody who has been on YouTube for over a decade. DeAndre made a very sad video talking about how he fears this might be the termination of his channel.
I just got a message from Fullscreen. They're terminating my partnership with the company because, at the request of YouTube, because of the new stricter guidelines, and I don't fit into their criteria anymore. I'm being removed from Fullscreen partnership. I think this is because YouTube is about to terminate my account, and it'll be easier if there was no network involved, and they can just terminate my account because of my type of humor. If my account is terminated soon, I just want to tell you guys thank you. I really wanted to try to save the world. I really wanted to make a difference with my type of comedy, with the things I said, and sometimes my words do offend people. It's just how I am. I just talk freely. That means my monetization on the entire channel is gonna go. I will not have anything sustainable to survive.
On April 6th, Crazy Rabbit on Twitter said, "Can anyone give me an explanation why Fullscreen dropped me at Team YouTube? Would just like to know why," and he included this snippet. "Unfortunately, your channel will be removed from its full-screen network partnership in accordance with these changes on Monday, April 9th. This is a decision that comes from YouTube and is out of our control. Crazy Rabbit on YouTube has 121,000 subscribers, is a verified user, and it looks like he makes gaming content. So he's got Call of Duty Zombies, the different weapons that you use in the game, Fortnite videos, and other gaming content. So I don't know if this individual has any strikes on their channel, but this looks like it's just a gaming channel. And the third channel, this is someone I actually know, so again, conflict of interest. I've known Luke of We Are Change for 6 years now, and so I've talked to him about this. I consider him a friend, so keep that in mind as I report the story. I don't think it's going to impact my my reporting of this, but I want you to know that I do know Luke. Luke has 516,000 subscribers. He has also been on YouTube since nearly the beginning of YouTube. Luke's channel is news content, so he talks about what happened with Trump and Syria, he talks about cryptocurrencies, and he's actually traveled to some faraway lands like Zimbabwe and Venezuela and other places. Luke received a statement from Fullscreen, and what they said was, unfortunately, this is YouTube's call, not ours. The changes are about who they will allow to be in a multi-channel network, and your channel was flagged for removal by YouTube. Lucas told me he has no strikes on his channel. His channel is in good standing. He recently did a live stream, and he has absolutely no problems other than he gets demonetized all the time, and that's to be expected considering his channel is news and political commentary. So if this isn't about violating the terms of service, what is it really about? Maybe it's not one issue. Maybe all of these creators are being flagged for different reasons, but either way, they have all been removed by Fullscreen, and presumably because YouTube ordered Fullscreen to do it. One thing that we need to note that's extremely important is that it would seem that there are many channels who have been on YouTube forever who are being negatively impacted. Why? Well, 10 years ago, the rules on YouTube were very different, and today, the rules are very strict. So, if you have really old videos from 10 years ago that were totally fine back then, but today violate the rules, you're gonna start getting strikes, you're gonna start getting flagged, and your channel could very well be terminated. To go back to what DeAndre said, I think this might actually be the precursor to totally stripping these channels of their partner program privileges, which can be devastating. It may actually lead to total termination of these channels. I don't know. I really don't know why YouTube would say remove these particular channels, and I'm particularly confused about Luke's channel because his channel's in good standing. It's one thing if he had numerous strikes, but he doesn't. So there's no warning, there's no notification. It's one day these creators woke up and said, you have been removed from your MCN, stripping you of special access and privileges. And this is what I mean by sweating bullets. I don't know why these channels were removed, I don't know why they were flagged, but it's worrisome when you see even Philip DeFranco being negatively impacted by these policies because he's on YouTube, but he's a pretty mainstream kind of guy. The things he says are not too offbeat from any other channel. So what is he doing that YouTube is adversely acting upon his channel? And does that mean I'm just a lower priority, but I'm still in line for the same acts? Does that mean that I better back off from doing this and just go for a regular job, otherwise I'm gonna go hungry? Because YouTube isn't telling people what they're doing wrong, they're not notifying people of these changes, and they're not giving anyone the ability to rectify the problems. So what does YouTube want? No one knows. All that's going to happen is that the people who manage to produce the content that YouTube likes will survive, and everyone else, whether or not their content is totally fine, are gonna get axed. Keeping in mind that some of these big creators have 500,000 subs. Some of them have millions of subscribers, and they are being negatively impacted and may find themselves actually removed from the program and may find their careers abruptly ending. And that's just not cool. If you can't find stability on the platform, then what's the point of being here? And maybe it's time people started going somewhere else. YouTube is changing their policies and removing people who haven't even violated the terms of service of YouTube. So what is really going on?
And it's not just big channels that they go after. Steve Talon, the other day he had a video with I think about 12 views and it got taken down or something like that with just a few views. I mean, it was within minutes of him uploading and it wasn't all that offensive.
This almost seems like a rite of passage if you have an independent mind and are on YouTube. But I've gotten my first community guideline strike. Yay! I've actually rewatched the video where I responded to Marina Shut Up's video, What's the Deal with Women's Studies? And it was actually one of my more tamer videos back in the day. I was actually trying to be at least somewhat respectful. I don't really understand why I got the strike, to be honest. But again, it's, you know, I can think for myself. That was probably the reason. I also made another account called Steve Talon Live Streams, where I will have live streams there from now on. So I just uploaded my last video about a guy freaking out over a Confederate flag in a school parking lot, and it has 2 views and has already been confirmed by manual review as not suitable for most advertisers. It only has 2 views. I thought the videos needed at least 1,000 views within a 7-day period in order to get reviewed, but I guess not in cases like this.
But I get strikes on my channel. I got one the other day for an old video called Tabby Womansplains Warden versus Falarka, in which Tabitha gives her thoughts on that matter. At any moment, we could get strikes on our other videos. 3 strikes and our channel is gone. It could get terminated if they want to terminate, and they probably would. I have about 255 videos, maybe all of which we say something, I'm sure, that YouTube can find to be in violation of any of their vague terms of services. I mean, 255 videos, just about all of them are saying something that would be considered controversial by your normal mainstream person, and YouTube is, you know, their definition of controversial is like milquetoast these days. So you have to subscribe to your favorite video makers on the other platforms. Things are just getting worse. Come on, whatever it is that YouTube is doing, we can see that it, I mean, if you're paying attention to these things, you know that the days are numbered for anything, I guess, that is interesting, really. So you have to subscribe to me and other people, your other favorite content creators on Bitchute. I guess also Pewtube, but to be honest, I haven't spent any time there. It's really hard to juggle all these media platforms. And by the way, speaking of which, I don't use Twitter anymore. Facebook I do, but only because you people won't communicate with me on the other platforms, but I'm there. Minds, Gab, MeWe, etc. You gotta get off of me. Fuck Facebook and fuck YouTube, okay? I'll give you an example, folks. These videos here you cannot see on YouTube. Same thing with this one here, because they would get my channel in trouble. Same thing with this one here, mainly this one, because this guy, he tried to get me in trouble on other social media platforms. So there you go. Same thing with this person here that ran into traffic. They're not happy with me. Ha ha ha. There's this one here. Jeez, it's like, oh, okay, this guy here, he's also mad, trying to report me as well. These people here, they did report me. She actually threatened to sue me, or her lawyer sent me a letter, and they went to YouTube and they forced YouTube to remove this video from YouTube. This one, of course, is about guns, and so they won't allow this one. This guy here, he's mad at me, so I won't put that on YouTube as well, because he's trying to report me. I think this one they just took down from YouTube. One of these ones about Tommy Robertson. There's, of course, Obama's boner bona fide, uncensored. Can't see that on YouTube. And you can expect others in the future. So you have to subscribe to me on Bitchute, or you're going to miss my best stuff. So again, subscribe to me on Bitchute. The links are going to be below to my Minds, my Gab, etc. Subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you, follow me, whatever, you know, whatever they call it, the case may be. Okay, another update. I'm still thinking about changing my name because my name confuses people. They can't spell it, they can't pronounce it, they don't know what it means. So, I don't know, tell me what you think of any of these. Let's say, Just Insult, Just Incite, Just Intolerable, Just in Trouble, Just Intolerance, Just Indignation, Just in Revolt, Just in Spite, Just Individual. I like Just in Case. In fact, I've been using that as a pen name for maybe over a decade now online. If you say go to Arrowwood and look up Just in Case, you'll see some of my writing there. But a lot of people use Just in Case these days. There's too many people using it, so I don't want to use that. I like Just in Trouble, I really do, but somebody has been using that, a musician. I also like Just Incognito. I like that a lot. However, somebody remixed a Madonna song, and it's on one of her remix albums under the name Just Incognito. So somebody's already made a name for themselves under that name. I don't want to use that. I also like Justin Fidel a lot. In fact, I do have that backup channel. You should subscribe to me there, Justin Fidel. But some people say it's evocative of Fidel Castro or Justin Trudeau Castro, you know. And in fact, if you go to YouTube and you type in Justin Fidel, you'll see stuff about Justin Trudeau, Fidel Castro, and my channel. So I don't know, what do you think of any or all of these names? Tell me what you think. Also, I want to tell you that on April 15th of this year, I was all set to upload a video documentary about April 15th last year in Berkeley, titled Berkeley Battle, April 15th, 2017, What Actually Happened, Timeline with Helicopter and Ground Video Compared. But since I had just received that community strike that I showed you a few days earlier on my channel, I didn't want to risk uploading, because this video is particularly controversial. I mean, naming names, showing the archive proof, and I just do such an exhaustive job of laying out all the evidence and giving you all the evidence you need to see that everything I say, as far as I know, is factually correct and undeniably so. And, you know, getting politicians in trouble with the help of Tabitha and proving that they are colluding with these terrorists. It's all there. So, I mean, my channel has gotten strikes in the past, because the strikes go away after 3 months. My channel's gotten strikes in the past when I go after and expose journalists and politicians in the past, and it just seems to be the pattern. It's, you know, I get in trouble for a lot less than that, too. So I tried to upload it to Bitchute since I don't want to upload it to YouTube, and on the 15th I'm trying to upload it to Bitchute, and midnight is approaching and it wouldn't upload. I kept trying and trying, it just wouldn't do it. I guess it was just too big. So I broke it up into 3 little parts. Each one has its own introduction, its own conclusion. Parts 1 and 2 are on Bitchute so far. Part 3, I'm going to wait a little bit before I upload that. I don't want to flood you guys. And I may end up uploading the full 45-minute version to the Justin Fidel channel. You know what, folks? I'm really liking just intolerance. It can mean justified intolerance or, you know, Justin tolerance, because I do tolerate a lot. And I also like just individual because, you know, just, fair, individual, you know, my own self, and also because dividual is actually a word. It's an archaic word. It means that which is separate or distinct, or second meaning, divisible or divided, and third meaning, divided amongst a number of people, as in the moon, her reign with 1,000 lesser lights, dividual holds, you know, John Milton. So tell me what you think there. I really like just intolerance or just individual. Also, I have another channel that I've used for a video that I was pretty sure was going to get my channel shut down, and I'm going to change the name either to Truth Troll or to One Man 4chan, or maybe use both names, you know, Truth Troll and then in brackets One Man 4chan, because I want to use that for videos that basically go along with, well, you know, 4chan does a lot of different things. Obviously, it could be used for whatever, but remember how they went after Eric Clanton, the bike lock attacker, or allegedly the bike lock attacker, and figured things out, and the way that they went after, what is it, Shiloh Baboof, that guy, how they figured out where his flags were and stuff like that. Well, I do have a number of videos where basically, sometimes with the help of Tabitha, thank you my love, I figured these things out that nobody else has figured out, using, you know, in some cases the length of the shadow and the direction of a shadow of something, you know, but I piece these things together. So, you know, maybe I will upload the that newish video about April 15th, because it is one of those videos where I uncover things and Tabitha helps me uncover things and figure things out, things that people would really want to shut our channel down for doing so. So I think I'll change the name of that channel to Truth Troll One Man 4chan. Although really, since Tabitha's helping me, should I really call it One Man 4chan? I don't know. Anyway, see the links below. I also want to tell you about this awesome channel, Tiberius Maximus. You have to check this out, especially if you know who these people on your screen are, and if you're familiar with these videos. Oh, it's so amazing. It's very politically incorrect, a lot of inside stuff. Remember, oh, hey Susan, look who it is. There you go, David Clark. Pelosi, everyone knows Pelosi, but, you know, he uses characters that you may not know unless you really follow what's going on. Let's hope the
Now, go!
I can't do it.
You will now.
What are you gonna do about it?
Oh, oh. Look, she's attacking Durst.
Obviously, self-defense. Case dismissed. I go home
Look,
now.
Durst.
Overruled, Judge bitch.
Order in the
She was attacking Durst.
Pig.
What?
Obviously, self-defense. Okay, look, folks. Okay, folks. I can't take it anymore. See the link below to his channel, Tiberius Maximus. It's incredible.
Assistant DA Leskowitz, Your Honor.
And I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Before I go, I want to reiterate, it is crucial that you realize that YouTube is changing really fast. Your favorite YouTubers might not be there tomorrow. I might not be there tomorrow, so please subscribe to everyone that you want to see videos by at Bitchute or Pewtube or whatever. And I'm hoping that YouTube and Facebook goes down like the Titanic. I mean, get yourself into lifeboats now. Just, you gotta do it. Alright everyone, thank you very much for letting me chew your ear off. I hope you enjoyed the visuals. Okay everyone, thanks for putting up with me. Until next time, truth, honor, personal integrity, reason, responsibility, peace, love, freedom, equal opportunity,
And monkeys.